All right, good morning, boys. What is up? Today is May 7th, 2026. I want to go over a couple of trades that I took today because I did take two trades. So I'm going to go over those. We ended up all in around $2,800 across 5 evals, and we hit daily loss limit, which is $1,000 per account on Top Step. Those Top Step accounts they're not gone, but they have $800 left in them. So I'm going to see what I can even do with that. Hopefully I can revive them and take those slow, but my number one priority right now is Lucid Trading. Lucid Trading is literally my favorite prop firm by far. Like, it's not even close, and they moved me to live, so I have to wait for the live account. So hopefully that's done soon because I really want to trade that live account. The rules are great. If you guys want, I can make a video about the rules, but I'm going to first go into what I saw coming into the market, how I lost this trade and hit daily loss limit on my evals or on my fundeds, and then how I won this trade and passed a third of my fundeds. Because look, these accounts have a $9,000 profit goal with a 40% consistency, so they're a 3-day pass, not a 2-day pass. So there's no reason to go for the 2-day pass, which is 4,500, which I actually would have hit. But first trade was an Asia loss. It was a long right here off the 30-second. Very unnecessary. This is a very reckless trade of mine, but I entered here, targeting new day opening gap, just like that. And I did end up trailing my stop to these lows, and I got stopped there. Right, this was a $500 loss, I believe. So it was actually more like this. I was in two minis, so this was a $500 loss on my fundeds. I guess I got a good fill then. Nice. Probably got filled there. I was up like 750 per account. I was going for the full gap fill. I think this is poor price action that we didn't fill it, and we just kept on doing whatever bullshit this is. But yeah, we then end up very unnecessary loss. I should have just waited for AM session, right? I just did like that opening gap, right? We then got this. We got on the hourly time frame. What do we see? On the hourly time frame, I still think we respected this gap. I think this is just a little volume discrepancy. This is not a clear inverse. In my opinion, I really was bullish here. This candle even opened inside the gap. So this is not too clear of an inverse for me to switch my bias. We also got a very, very bullish bearish closure there. Do you guys know what I mean by that? A bullish bearish closure. Like, this is a doji, right? We then tapped into this 1 hour order block. What is an order block? An order block is a bearish candle to the downside before a displacement to the upside, closing above the previous swing high, right? What is the swing high? Swing high. We literally close above it right here, creating an order block right here. Price tapped into it, dojied up, respecting this gap. We then got what? We then got a bullish structure. We got this 5-minute gap. I tried longing off this 5-minute gap. Off this displacement right here, we push lower, push higher, boom, was up for a bit, and then got stopped out. I lost the remaining of my account there because I lost 500 in Asia and then 500 in AM. Now, if I didn't trade Asia, I would have had enough balance to trade this trade, which would have made my money back and more, right? So it's kind of unfortunate, but nothing we can do about it. I was kind of skeptical about this long just because we have all this low resistance liquidity right here. But let's take a look at what ES did while NQ was taking out that LR, right? We have this low, which is this low right here, right? So we can see there's obviously a fucking SMT there. ES took that out while Nasdaq didn't. So now we have a bullish SMT at the low resistance liquidity. No reason for us to take it out. We're still respecting this order block. We're still respecting this gap. On the 30-second time frame, we can see what? We can see right here, we have a swing high that created a bearish order block. Or sorry, a swing low that created a bearish order block. Why is that a bearish order block? Swing low, candle closure below the swing low. This creates a bearish order block. We then do what? We then break structure to the upside, making this what? Making this a breaker block. So now we have a breaker block. We have OTE of this range, right? So we tap 0.5. And we also have an order block. Why is this a bullish order block? Because this is a move to the downside, bearish candle closure, before a change in structure to the upside that closed above the wicks right here, right? So this is an order block. which we respect very nicely. I was thinking about just limit ordering this bitch and riding it, but I did wait for a reaction. Put my stop here. Once again, this was on evals, so my actual take profit was like here, right? Because I entered in this with a heavy size on evals, so I just wanted to make my $2,800 and get out of the trade. But my actual trade idea was to this high. My full trade idea for the day was London highs. That was my bias the entire day. This is what this trade was meant to do, was to London highs. So all I did was get stopped out and I found a re-entry, which I took. Obviously didn't even need to hold it all the way. If I was on a funded, I probably would have maybe partial to this high and then taken full profit there, but this is all I needed. With that being said, I hope you guys all have a blessed day. I hope you guys all learned something new today, and I'll see you boys tomorrow. Peace out.